Galloway. Got it, Skipper. Yeah, I'll bring him. He's my partner, after all.
What have we got?
New case. White female dumped in plain sight in the grass at the end of Hill Street. Hacks are all over it. Captain's trying to fend him off.
That sounds awfully similar.
The first rule of police work is make no assumptions until you've seen the evidence. Skipper wants you to have your newspaper face on, college boy. I think I know the place where they found the lady. It overlooks Sunset Boulevard. Let's go.
You think the vice boys get any on the side?
People like you, but I had to pay admission. Seems like a nice boy, putting all those hoodlums in jail.
Continue to respond.
You did a decent job on the Henry case, Phelps. Not bad for your first time at bat.
Thanks, Rusty.
But don't go getting ahead of yourself. That's one clearance under your belt. Now it's a new day with a new dead lady that needs our attention.
No assumptions until we see the evidence, right?
Right. See, I knew you were a fast learner, Phelps. We might get along after all.
Now, boys, you know as much as I do. I'll be holding a press conference once the autopsy's been completed. I have two of my finest investigators on the case, fresh from bringing down the sword of justice on the crazed sex...
Captain,
Alonzo
aren't there
Mendes.
similarities between this murder and the murder of Celine Henry? And of Elizabeth Short, for that
So you don't
matter?
believe there's a crazed sex killer at large preying on women?
Boys, be sensible. We have the greatest police force in all the world, with the greatest scientific investigators at our disposal. How can any killer continue to be that? Be advised. We keep the gas chamber at San Quentin primed for the sons of Cain who continue to believe they can take a life in the City of Angels.
Yeah, right. Any new leads in the Dahlia case?
Run along, boys, and let these officers get to work. We have God's work to do here, and it can't be delayed.
What do we have, Captain?
Another woman sacrificed. Speak to Carruthers. I want daily reports, gentlemen.
Detective, I was first on scene.
You find her, Gonzalez?
Not me. A family out for a stroll. I was first reporting.
Can you show me the body?
It's under the pepper tree, this way.
Ok, ciao Nica. Come sto facendo la merendina e mi sono mutato il microfono.
Can't be much help to you, Phelps.
Here she is.
The stomping angle in the Henry case, was it reported in the press?
Sure was. Every detail a copycat would want was there in the story.
Oh, we have a name. Can you run Deirdre Muller by RNI?
Back in a second.
If the motive was robbery, why not take the money?
Officer Gonzalez, badge 994. Victim a white female Jane Doe on Hill Street. Possible ID of Deirdre Muller. Can you run through the name?
Signature mark is very
Distinctive. I'll do some comparisons back at the lab and get back to you.
Reported by who?
What's this mark? Cut on the finger.
Fourth finger, left hand, a wedding or engagement ring, violently removed.
Thanks very much for your help.
Looks like she was tied up.
It does at first, but that would leave a mark on her other wrist, too. I think her watch might have been torn off.
Detectives.
Similar MO.
To what? The Dahlia? I don't think so.
Celine Henry.
That's a closed case. This is probably another sad sack who lost his temper with a broad who wouldn't put out.
Are you a suspect, Rusty?
Watch your mouth, Phelps. All I'm saying is we got enough to do without reopening closed cases.
Talk me through it, Mal.
Severely battered, on display. Footprints would indicate that she has been stomped. Size of the footprints would seem to indicate a smallish men's shoe. What size shoe did Mendez wear?
You finished?
No, I'm not. At a glance, I would say strangulation was the cause of death. I'll need to do further tests for semen.
Angry boyfriend. If they were married, they'd be at home, not humping out here in Lover's Lane.
Detectives. RNI says that Deirdre Muller of 130 North Bonnie Bray was reported missing this morning by her husband, Hugo Muller.
What'd I tell you? Let's grab the husband, take him downtown, and work him over. We could have this wrapped up by lunchtime.
What about not making assumptions and going on the evidence?
There still might be some play in the boyfriend angle.
I thought we were on our way to lock up the husband.
If he doesn't work out, that is.
Deirdre Muller has suffered enough. More than enough. You shouldn't make disparaging comments about her without even the slightest inkling of what she was like.
She was a woman, wasn't she? You know, around about my third divorce, I realized women might not be the pure angels we imagine. You're married, ain't you, Phelps?
Don't make any insinuations about my wife.
Hey, she's a woman.
She's the mother of my children.
You're a father, Cole? But don't tell me your eye don't bend.
This conversation is over.
If we survive this, it's gonna be a miracle. Give me a break.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Is your father home?
He'll be home soon. He's been out looking for Mommy.
What's your name, miss?
Michelle Eloise Mahler?
Can we come in?
I suppose so.
Thank you. Could you have a seat for me, Michelle?
Cool.
We're gonna have a look around.
Vedi di mangiare. Ci siamo.
He'll be back any moment. Just sit tight.
Carote, le zucchine, limone.
My partner will explain everything when he gets back, okay? There's nothing to worry about.
Che bello.
No sign of a wedding ring. Elgin wristwatch. Probably the same one snatched from her body.
Seems irrelevant. This isn't what we're looking for.
Dolce. Ah.
Work boots. Size 8s.
Quale no?
Is this about Mommy? Daddy is trying to find her. Please tell me she's okay.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Michelle, but your mother is dead.
Che reazione, mamma mia.
Do you think you could answer a few questions for us?
Could try.
When did you last see your mother?
Yesterday afternoon. I went to a dance at Belmont High. Mommy was supposed to pick me up, but she didn't show.
So what did you do then?
I was upset. Daddy came instead.
Che dici? Mi racconti le bugie alla tua età?
So you were hanging around the school for quite a while. What happened with your father?
I don't know. I called and finally he answered. He came straight away then.
Some of your mother's jewelry was missing. Can you describe her things?
A ring, a watch. I never paid much attention to that stuff.
No, potrei...
You seem reluctant to talk about her jewelry.
It's a touchy subject with Daddy. He thought she wasted too much money on her appearance.
Sapevo, vedi.
Your mom and dad are happily married?
What are you saying? Of course they are.
Mi sembra una cazzata a me.
They weren't happy, were they, Michelle? Did your father ever hit your mother?
Just the once. She said she would leave him if he ever did it again. He bought her a brooch pin to make up for it. Mommy always wore her golden butterfly.
Thanks, Miss Muller. You've been very brave.
Hey! What gives?
Daddy, the police
Go to your
are
room,
here.
please, Michelle. I'll talk to the police.
Daddy, Mommy is gone.
Go to your room, young lady. She's not even out of school. You can't come in here interrogating her like she's
Your
some
wife
kind
was
of...
found murdered this morning.
Found? What? But she only...
We have some questions that we would like to ask you.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I'll do my best.
So you were here all night. You stayed in while your wife went out to pick up your daughter?
Yes, that's correct.
Cazzaro.
You should come clean if you're having an affair or if there's something going on.
I told you I was here. Were you saying I wasn't?
Certo.
So why did you take so long to answer the phone when your daughter called?
Okay, I went out for a while. I was driving around. It's my way of relaxing.
Non vedi che sia incazzato, cioè.
Your wife was beaten and then strangled.
In your case, you have no alibi and a history of violence towards your wife.
That's not true, god damn it.
It is true, Hugo. You're a violent man. You try to keep a lid on it at home, but sometimes you lost control. Your daughter and your wife were scared of you.
You don't know anything about me.
I know about the golden butterfly, Hugo, and how you bought your wife off the last time you heard her.
She liked to spend money, all right? Dresses, jewelry, her hair. It drove me goddamn crazy. Do I look like a Rockefeller?
Nobody likes a cheapskate, Hugo.
You phoned in a missing persons report this morning?
Yeah, that's right. My wife didn't come home last night. She left around 9:30. Michelle was out at dance. She called me to let me know that Deidre didn't turn up.
Did your wife ever go out by herself? To bars, nightclubs?
No. What are you suggesting? You suggesting my wife's loose? Now is not the time for you to be pushing me, mister.
Your daughter said you were having an argument.
We argued about who would pick up Michelle. I worked a full day. I wanted to come home, put my feet up.
What size shoe do you wear, Mr. Mueller?
Why do you ask?
It's routine, sir. Simple process of elimination.
9s, I think.
Uscite.
Why are you lying to me, Mr. Mueller?
Why would I lie to you at a time like this?
That's funny. The work boots we found here are size 8s. Why lie about it if you've got nothing to hide?
Because I always get teased about the size of my feet. You know, small feet, small...
Always been true in my experience.
Getting hostile with us is a very bad idea, Hugo.
I'm no murderer.
Make some arrangements for your daughter, and then present yourself to Central Station for questioning.
You gotta be kidding me, Phelps. Put the cuffs on him.
This is an outrage. I didn't kill my wife.
Your daughter is in the next room, Mueller, so I'm giving you a break. Don't make me change my mind, and don't make me come looking for you.
We should go back in there and bust his ass.
1, we need to break his alibi. Check phone records, canvass the neighbors. 2, we have motive of domestic violence, which probably goes for half the men in L.A. 3, we have no evidence tying him to the crime scene.
Hello, detective.
Ecco il piccione di turno, eccola. Oh, che ci avete adesso una imbecille? Ancora.
Yes, ma'am.
I heard the terrible news over the radio.
And you can help us with our inquiries?
Yes, sir. They had a row last night. I heard Mrs. Mueller screaming.
Did you see Mrs. Mueller come home late last night at all?
No, not at all. I did see Mr. Mueller put something in the incinerator earlier this morning, though.
I told you he was our guy. Now let's get this bum downtown and into a cell.
Look, there he is now.
Brutto.
Hey, isn't it the... Step away from the incinerator. Don't let him get away.
Okay, but no shooting. We need this guy to make the case.
Attenzione, proprio lui, Usain Bolt. Trofeo, giungla d'asfalto.
This doesn't look good, Hugo.
I can explain the blood.
Get him booked in at Central, officer. Then put him in an interview room. We'll be speaking with him later. And inform the captain.
Yes, sir, Detective.
Is there someone you can call, miss?
I don't want home and...
You need somewhere to stay, Michelle. You have other family? Grandparents? Aunts or uncle?
Call Aunt Helen, but she lives in Bakersfield and...
Call her. We're gonna get someone down here from Juvenile Hall to talk to you in the meantime.
We ought to get some uniforms down here, clean up, take care of the kid.
Una storia a me, Sherlock Holmes.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on a Belmont High School.
Checking for you, Detective. Belmont High, 1575 West 2nd Street.
Thanks for your help.
That broad has socks in it.
Rusty? Ah, c'avevamo una macchina, no, è vero. Ho rubato.
Lousy bastard.
Pure che stasera affollamento. Già.
I'm surprised, you know. I didn't make the husband for it.
Always make the husband, Phelps. 9 times out of 10, it's the closest person to the Vic who does the deed. God knows I've wanted to kill some wives in my day.
Lex parsimoniae.
What?
The law of parsimony. Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is most likely the correct one.
You know, you could have said that without getting all liturgical on me.
I'll try to dumb things down from now on.
Appreciate it. And try this one on for size. Rusty's razor.
How's that go?
You blame the guy that's banging her.
Ah, of course. The famous Lex ignoramus.
Closes cases, Cole. Puts a lot of people away, that one.
Sì, poi la sessione proprio omicidi che è un po' bella.
Saturday is the spring unveiling, Emmy. It's the first season since fabric rationing's over. We have to go.
I told you I can't Saturday. I'm busy.
Busy where? You're going on another drive with Davy Gardner, aren't you?
So what if I am?
Go, Phelps. I'll take the car and see if I can cut him off.
Io questo ci penso. Forse ostacoli, guarda. Non vado sul capo. Mannaggia.
There he is. See him?
Dai ora. C'è un misto tra Sherlock Holmes e Usain Bolt con Phelps.
Car 11K, car 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
11K, see the janitor. A green 1946 coupe registered to a Mrs. Hugo Moeller has been found in the parking lot adjoining the Belmont High School and playing fields. 11K, code 2.
What's your name?
Who's asking?
We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Name's Eli Rooney.
You've been in trouble with the law before, Eli?
Some.
What are you doing around here?
I like to keep an eye on the children.
Strictly paternal, is it, Eli?
Don't sass me, boy.
A woman was abducted here last night, Eli, and murdered.
And I would love to make you for that, you oaky motherfucker.
Well, I wouldn't know nothing about that. A woman, you say? I like 'em a little younger than that.
Turn out your pockets, Eli.
Now, why would I do that?
Because I'm about to break your fucking skull, Eli.
You're under arrest, Eli. You're in very deep trouble. Get some backup down here, Rusty. We need to get this one downtown and into a cell.
I'll tell them we got a kitty raper coming in. They can roll.
Ah, vabbè.
What time did you see the person park the car?
Late last night, after school social, maybe 1 a.m. I've been keeping a good eye out lately. We've had problems with the child molester.
Eli Rooney. We've met him.
Filthy son of a bitch. He was here yesterday before the dance.
Was it him you saw park the car?
I don't know, sir. I'd like to say yes, but the truth is it was pretty dark.
Would you say Rooney is violent?
Yes, sir. I would say so, yes.
Thanks for your help. Blood and skin samples. We better get Ray Pinker out here.
Com'è che funziona?
It's from a Chrysler. Could be important.
The overalls are stenciled HM. Muller is a mechanic. I wonder what Eli does for a living.
Farsi scatti, sì.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need interrogation set up at Central for both suspects being held in the Muller homicide case.
Certainly, Detective. I'll get in touch with the watch commander.
Thanks, ma'am.
Ma non culato il cofano nello sportello, ma come?
Seems like a decent guy.
Che è successo alla macchina? Non ci fa neanche salire.
Don't push me. What's your beef with this guy, Phelps?
Mi dava noia. Oh, quella è carina. Prendiamo il volo. Aumentiamo il nostro repertorio. Voilà. 6 su 95.
I say we make Rooney for this. I think we should lay it on him. He was near the car, he had her jewelry, the DA will love him for it.
Even if he didn't do it?
Who cares whether he did it? You have kids, Phelps? He needs to be taken permanently out of harm's way.
And we let Muller slide?
For a while. He gets a free pass for now.
I don't know about this. My gut says Muller. We caught him trying to destroy evidence in his backyard, and that was his car with the bloody tools in it.
I never said it wasn't Muller. Hell, he probably killed his wife, deprived that poor kid of a mother. But he's not in immediate danger to anyone else. Rooney's a threat to every kid at Belmont.
He's a peeper, Rusty. We can pick him up for something else.
You really want to run that risk?
Bando. No, però non ti puoi fermare, cioè, ma perché ti inchiodi in mezzo all'incrocio, io voglio capire. Il fatto della Rockstar Game è che non è mai riuscito a fare le... Vabbè, non riesco a parlare. L'intelligenza artificiale intelligente. Mai riuscirà, secondo me. Sui giochi non c'è da dirgli nulla, ma
Better not go soft on me in here,
l'intelligenza
Phelps.
artificiale dei personaggi.
We'll work the evidence, Rusty. Let him do the rest. Are they ready?
Moeller's in 2 and the pervert's in 1. Get in there and get a conviction.
Quindi Moeller è nella 2. Andiamo nella 2 forse meglio.
Boys, you've really come through this time, haven't you?
Captain, we were on our way to interview Eli Rooney.
Yes, Phelps, I know. This particular fiend is an old acquaintance. I have tried to reaffirm his belief in a wrathful and terrible God. Whichever way it goes, I'll be dealing personally with him.
Dov'è la 2?
That bum took a swipe at me.
Here's where we stand, Hugo. Your next-door neighbor heard screaming coming from your house. You were burning your blood-stained shoes. You have no one who can confirm your whereabouts last night. Your daughter says you're a violent man. We have everything we need to send you to death row, and all you have to say for yourself is, I didn't do it.
I swear I didn't kill her. Give me that lie test, I can prove it.
Addirittura, la macchia della verità.
Do you know anything about ropes, Hugo?
As much as the next man. I was a scout. I learned some more in the army.
No, non dici la verità.
You learned to strangle with the rope in the army?
With rope, with my bare hands, but mainly with wire. I learned a lot of things in the army, but I still didn't kill my wife.
For argument's sake, what type of rope would you use?
If I had to, I would use a triple braid. Less flex, easier to control.
Ah, pure.
We found your wife's car. Someone parked it at the school late last night. Do you have anything to say about that?
It wasn't me.
Where do you keep your work clothes?
I keep them at work in my locker.
Enough lies, Hugo. Your overalls put you at the scene of the crime last night.
My overalls are in the laundry of my house.
Green overalls, bloodstained, with the initials HM found in the trunk of your wife's car.
They can't be mine.
Why, Hugo? Because if they were yours, they'd be in the incinerator too?
Your wife was beaten with a tire iron, Hugo. An appropriate choice of tool for a mechanic.
I know nothing about any tire iron.
You're gonna die for this, Mueller. Better give me something if I'm gonna believe your story.
My conscience is clear. You can't badger me into admitting anything.
No, abbiamo sbagliato, ragazzi.
Why did you burn your shoes, Hugo?
Because I knew you'd never believe me.
Creduto.
Are you going to tell me what I want to know, or do we have to take it out of you in lumps?
Give it your best shot. I can take whatever you're throwing.
Anche questo è sbagliato. Mannaggia la miseria.
Hey, I gave his wife a tap.
You look like you've had it rough.
You see me asking for your sympathy, boy?
You killed Mrs. Moeller and stole her jewelry.
That ain't so. I ain't done nothing like that.
Questo mi mette un'ansia sto personaggio che non mostra niente.
You have no job and nowhere to live by the smell of things, and you need money. You've been in trouble before, Eli. Who do you think a jury will believe?
I've been in trouble for other things, but I ain't never killed no one. I saw that car coming to the parking lot late last night. Man got changed there and then put his coveralls in the trunk. I saw him drop the butterfly in the lamplight and he strolled out, cool as you like. And I went over and I picked it up.
You ever tie up any of your victims, Eli?
It's not a nice thing to go calling them.
What would you call them?
I can't say. I learned a long time ago not to go talking about the things I like. Talking about it just seems to get people's dander up.
Answer the goddamn question, Rooney, before I brain you.
See what I mean? Short answer is yes.
You have any preference regarding rope, Eli?
I know a good rope from a bad rope, if that's what you mean. That's not what you mean, is it? Any old rope will do me fine.
Dici la verità.
Farm boy like you, Eli, must prefer Magay for roping. Am I right?
I prefer braid. You tie a hitch and braid, it stays tied. I've done 14 years in and out of prison, son. You think you can outweight me? You're wrong.
Vedi proprio, ok. Non ho capito cosa ha detto. Questa qui com'è la corda?
You down on your luck, Eli?
I've had worse. My family ate roadkill during the Dust Bowl.
But you have a job. A parolee has to have a job, correct?
I had me a job down in San Pedro. I'm looking for something new.
This place you worked have a name?
Hennessy Marine. You can't miss the place. Big yellow letters, HM out front.
They give you any workwear, Eli?
Sure. Green coverall. Dang thing was hot. Felt like I was back in the pen wearing it.
Huh. You're as good as done, Mr. Rooney. All it will take now is some paperwork.
Non mi ricordo un cazzo sto gioco. Però se la tuta da lavoro viene da lì, l'insegna c'ha HM, cioè da, insomma HM, non è detto che sia stato il marito. Si chiama Ugo Moller, cioè deve essere... che pazienza. Ci sono ora. Capito, mo?
I'm not saying another thing until I've seen an attorney.
Non è possibile, non c'era tipo una via di mezzo, un qualcosa. impossibile. Dai, è impossibile, così a vuoto. Rusty?
Advice? For my money, Hugo Muller's our #1 suspect. The evidence is solid. I think it's time we hit him with it.
I'm stumped. Ideas?
For my money, Hugo Muller's our #1 suspect. The evidence is solid. I think it's time we hit him with it.
The thing was, he was a really nice guy. I felt lousy collaring him.
Seguiamo le prove, perché non so cosa sinceramente...
Hugo Muller, I'm charging you with the murder of your wife. You'll be arraigned and taken before a grand jury. Book him, Rusty.
With pleasure.
I have to say I'm disappointed. I stood in front of a troop of reporters and made promises. Promises of swift and fearful retribution, and you bring me an armful of vagary and happenstance. You made the department look bad, lad. Do it again and your career as a policeman will come to an abrupt and ignominious end. You two are back on the streets. Find street criminals, roust them, beat them, and restore some fervor to your police work. Your next case will come when you've revived my faith in your abilities. Now get out of here!
Fratmo, ma le prove dicevano che è lui, cioè, non è che... Io ho seguito... è una stella, lo so. Una stella, che delusione. Non se l'aveva mai presa una stella.
Phelps! We captured 2 regular army. Lieutenant! Phelps, we've been over this. That sniper barely missed you back on the beach. Until the mission is over, there'll be no more saluting or signs of rank.
I'm in charge here, Medier!
Do you wish to interrogate the prisoners?
No, they're beat. Why they look so sullen? You're wondering why we haven't killed them yet. There's no greater shame than being taken prisoner.
Get this, Golden Boy actually seems to know what he's doing. See that, boys? He slapped that Jap right upside the head.
It was merely to remind him of his place. His shame was the tone of voice that he used with a superior. I respect the Japanese, Corporal.
Respect, we're here to kill the sons of bitches.
Do you know why we are fighting the Japanese, Private?
With respect, sir, these bastards attacked Pearl Harbor.
And why did they attack Pearl, Private?
Because they hate the US of A and our way of life.
They attacked the US because we cut off their oil. What would we do if another country denied us the gas to run our cars?
Ah, Phelps. I was just discussing with Finbar here how well you were doing. Have a seat.
Yeah, it's my real name. And you can just forget all about it.
You boys have a new case. A poor Hispanic woman murdered near City Hall and left lying naked in an alleyway.
Another naked woman, sir?
Yes. We seem to have had quite a run of them since the Dahlia fiend first struck.
Phelps is politely trying to hint that he thinks the Mendez case is hokey.
Well, young Phelps, you win some and you lose some in police work.
You're happy with the Mueller case, sir?
Over the moon, boys! The DA couldn't be more pleased with the evidence the witness, and the lack of an alibi. Now, get out there and catch me another sinner.
Oh. Però ragazzi, un coinvolgimento anche da parte vostra, un suggerimento, qualcosa. Una stella, ragazzi. Va bene.
You have the address? It's the alley off Aliso between Los Angeles and Alameda.
You're kidding. The next one will be opposite Central Station.
Count yourself lucky, Phelps. Most guys would kill to land a case so close to their desk.
Yeah. It means they can pop in to hit the office supply of hooch whenever they need it.
You know, that ain't a bad idea. That is not a bad idea at all, Phelps.
KGPL 20 Central Unit. The citizen reports a man with a gun on Grand between 4th and 5th. Any Central Unit.
Aspetta, dipende. Ah, mi sono sbloccato un vestito. Aspetta un po', vedo se... Sì, guarda dov'è. Stiamo scherzando. Ci rimani. Vestiti. Se è quello che mi piace a me, vediamo un po'. Era questo? Che schifo. Ma sì, non bravo. Vai, vediamo un posto completo.
Detectives, they're ready to start the show. I'll take you through.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Crothers, Pinker.
Cause of death is pretty apparent. We thought we'd best wait for you. When you're ready.
E te dammi un suggerimento, no? Scusa, Via, di, su.
The lacerations on the neck would indicate a great deal of force.
Ha spaccato il viso, gli ha spaccato. Sotto. È stato tipo, no?
Kiss the blood, BD. Only 21 years old. But why the library card? Did he want us to find it? Another wedding ring torn from the finger. No skin under the fingernails.
Quello è l'osso, c'è la pelle tirata su. Oh mio Dio.
The evidence in the Mueller case was solid. I'm not convinced about Mendez.
The best way to get away with murder is to pin it on somebody else. I'll bet a month's salary this is a copycat.
Strangled, battered,
Yeah. We know the M.O. So does every jerk who kills his wife and girlfriend looking for a way out. I've spoken to Brown. He still believes the Dahlia perp has medical experience.
4 women, all murdered, all put on display, all with messages.
Mueller had no message. Look, Phelps, this is getting us nowhere.
Anything for us to go on, Mal?
Head injuries from contact with road, bruising from a small man's shoe, further blunt force trauma to the occipital region at the base of the skull. Could have been fatal, but clear signs of strangulation would seem to rule it out.
Lipstick appears to be a similar color to the other cases. I'll see if I can nail down a brand.
successo? Le 6 persone sono sparite. Cosa è successo? Hai ragione, anche io. Però è bello che mi arriva il messaggio, però mi dice 0 spettatori.
May as well follow the trail.
Molto entusiasmante. C'è di sangue. Poi 2 secondi fa c'erano 6 spettatori. Adesso ero contentissimo.
Antonia. Huh. Same as the library card.
Ancora qua.
On it goes.
Qualcosa.
We kept the area pristine for you boys. Let's check it out.
House keys strung up like bait on a hook. You think he's trying to lead us somewhere?
Probably all the way to City Hall, that brazen son of a bitch.
Ragazzi, sei talmente grosso che non mi fa... Ok. Ci interessa.
Proximity to the scene, plus the bloodstains. No way is this coincidence.
Uscite. Sì, stava... Ah.
If she took a blow to the head like the others, she was probably unconscious when strangled.
Perché mi dici che mi serve? Veramente? Ecco io, il passo felpato, Rasti. Phelps, però ogni cosa che trovi in terra raccogli. Boh. Vabbè, era impossibile. C'è qualcosa. Guarda, le master dopo 5 anni la gente non si ricorda più niente. C'è un uccello incastrato qui che... Volazzo. Non capisco. Nulla. Ma che ci fa a fare le zanzare qui così in terra? Make no sense. Ah però, ah vedi qua continua lascia. Maledetti ciechi. Voilà.
That's got to be a code or a cipher.
253. Quindi? Ancora? Ancora.
Where are you taking us?
Cazzo io rasti che te non sei agile. Madonavo, ma vabbè insomma.
Empty. Where is all of this meant to be taking us? He clearly wants us to find these things. He's left them for us.
There you go, Phelps. We got a new M.O. I told you it wasn't our guy.
Or he might just be getting more confident.
Ci perde un sacco di tempo, altro questo che...
Enameled and gold-plated. This was precious to her.
Pizzica.
The trail points up.
Da rasti laggiù. C'è il ciatone rasti. L'anello.
Pulled from the finger and hung up here. What's the significance?
Ora. Incredibile. È vernice, non è sangue.
Looks as though the killer was decorating with this.
Shit, rasti si è materializzato. Quell'altra Maldonado, vedi? Antonio Maldonado.
Son of a bitch wants her identified. Mrs. Antonia Maldonado, 712 North Hill Street, downtown.
L'ho fatta? Cazzi. Ma noi abbiamo una macchina, dov'è? La nostra macchina viola, ragazzi, no.
All these people.
Cioè dirasti. Mannaggia, non c'era da più.
Detectives? This town's going straight to hell.
L'autobus si può prendere? Non mi ricordo. No. Vicino. Non scavalca. Sta macchina brutta brutta. Veniresti su?
It was Mrs. Maldonado, right?
That's affirmative.
All right, so then there's a husband we should be looking for. Get him, we've closed the case.
Rusty's razor, of course. I don't want to question your tried and tested techniques, Detective Galloway. But doesn't the DA require sound casework before he'll close the book?
Not if he's got a confession. And, you know, there's ways of getting those.
I'm sure.
Breathe, Phelps.
Sapevo che dovevo accusare l'AI prima. Lo sapevo.
Wait just a moment.
Dal marito che non c'entra nulla. Sapevo. Mannaggia il clero però.
I'm sorry. Can I help you?
LAPD, ma'am. Detective Phelps and Galloway. Does Mrs. Maldonado live here?
Yes, she does. I'm Mrs. Barbara LaPente, the owner of this boarding house. Is there a problem?
I'm afraid so, ma'am. Do you mind if we come in? Is there somewhere we can discuss this?
Of course. Follow me through to the parlor. Wipe your feet as you come in, detectives. It's this way.
Puliti, diciamo.
Mrs. Maldonado was found dead this morning.
Dead? Oh, no. She can't be.
I'm afraid she was murdered, ma'am. We need to take a look at her things.
I can't believe it. A person seems so alive, and then they're gone. Antonia's room is upstairs, last door on the left.
Thank you. We'll be back shortly.
Excuse us a moment, ma'am. Hey, Cole, let's get moving.
Non sei curioso di vedere quello che c'è qui? Vediamo su.
A smashed window explains why the place looks tossed.
You know how I feel about windows, Phelps.
So someone broke in using this thing instead of a crowbar. Wonder where it was taken from.
Dal camino.
Okay, we have an address. The charm bracelet wasn't among the crime scene evidence.
Non c'è niente. Oh. Curioso.
We have some questions, ma'am, if you're up to it.
Yes, detective. I'll do my best.
Sarà anche meglio, signora Fletcher.
Do you have any idea who might have wanted to hurt Mrs. Maldonado?
That rat of her husband, Angel. She was serving him divorce papers.
If I killed every wife that served me papers, I'd be a mass murderer.
Are you being flippant, young man?
No, ma'am.
What can you tell us about Angel Maldonado?
She married him when she was 17. He was cruel to her, very cruel. She was a good girl, little on the religious side, but a good girl.
You've had a break-in?
No, that can't be true.
The window's broken, the room's been tossed. You seem like the type of landlady who notices everything that happens under her roof. What gives?
Don't take that tone of voice with me, young man.
Dovevo accusarla perché c'era il coso. Mannaggia la miseria. Mannaggia.
What time did Antonia go out yesterday?
She left around 9.
Do you know where she went?
No, I've no idea. She was a good girl, but she didn't confide in me.
Dici?
A nosy old hag like you knows everything about the people who live under her roof. Where did she go?
I think she went to a bar. She's been drinking quite a lot lately.
This bar have a name?
El Dorado Bar. It's a Latino place on North Los Angeles Street.
That's only a couple of blocks from where we found the body.
Antonia and her husband were estranged?
Yes. She moved here after she separated from her husband 2 months ago.
But Antonia still wore a wedding ring?
She wore the wedding ring and a necklace. She always wore a religious necklace. That's about all of her jewelry.
Bugiarda.
What about her bracelet?
I don't know anything about a bracelet.
In her wedding photo, she's displaying a charm bracelet.
That thing? Oh, she never wore it. He gave it to her. She always kept it in that wooden jewelry box.
Thanks, ma'am. You've been very helpful.
Pay a call to that husband of hers. Lock him up and throw away the key.
We can either front Angel, seeing as the finger's pointing right at him, or we could check out the Eldorado bar.
Police.
Out of the car. Police.
Why do you need my car?
E là. Andiamo a casa o al bar? Andiamo a casa.
A nosy old hag? And I thought I was coming on strong with the ex-wife's line.
Sometimes you have to be firm to get the information you need.
God damn it, ain't that the truth?
How about we drop in on the husband instead? See if your gut is right.
I'll take a bar over a husband every day of the week.
Think there's anything to the divorce angle?
I've been through 3, Phelps. No big deal. After a while, you just numb yourself to the experience.
But Angel, he's a young Latino man. It would hurt his sense of who he is. He'd see himself as a failure, a woman taking control over his life.
Then she fronts him and he snaps. Works for me. That makes Angel a killer as well as a piece of shit.
Niente. Di là.
Maldonado is in apartment 304.
Terzo piano, sto scendendo. Entrare.
Damn it. We need to go around to the front.
Ah, sei serio?
Phelps, this could turn ugly. Forget about knocking. Let's take our boy by surprise.
Ecco perché.
Hey, what the fuck? LAPD, motherfucker, you're under arrest. I got 100 pounds of your wife.
No. Volevo soltanto...
I don't want no trouble, see?
Damn. They got some decent shots in there. Cuff these sons of bitches, Phelps.
LAPD, you two are under arrest. Call for some backup, Finbar.
Galloway, badge number 564. I need a prowl car at the apartment building 330 North Hill Street. 2 suspects need transporting to Central.
Your wife has been murdered, Angel.
Antonia? Oh, God, no!
Where were you last night, Angel?
I was here with my brother the whole night, goddammit! You think I'd kill my own wife?
We should get the whole place going over, then talk to the neighbors.
Ho detto io Rasti che c'erano andare a casa. L'altra volta mi sono fidato di te e ho sbagliato. Stavolta mi sono fatto incontrare e ho fatto bene.
And Phelps, I don't care that you just got smacked in the head. You don't call me Finbar.
Aia. Sì, però Rusty non mi può essere attaccato, cioè... Prendere un po' d'aria. Casa che puzza. Prendi il cappello che intera.
Not everything here is going to be relevant.
Rusty, il cappello, prendilo.
Just picked fruit market.
Dove lavora?
I wonder if Angel gets all his groceries from this place. The El Dorado must be a family favorite.
Sì, esatto.
This will take some explaining.
Maybe one of the neighbors took notice of Angel's movements. He's got no alibi. He's toast.
What do you want?
LAPD. We're making some inquiries.
Make it quick. I work nights.
So you weren't home last night?
No, I was at work.
You know nothing about Mrs. Maldonado fighting with her husband?
Those two? They're always screaming the place down.
Thanks.
No good. There's nobody here.
Uscite?
Sorry about that. I'm playing with my kids.
LAPD. Were you here last night?
Yeah. My wife and I are separated, and I had the kids last night. I put them to bed early and went to bed myself.
Thanks.
Dovresti anche togliere la maschera quando parli con la polizia.
Hello.
LAPD, ma'am. Did you hear a disturbance last night?
Yes. Yes, I did. Mrs. Maldonado lit out of here, and her husband ran out after her.
You saw this, Miss?
Aranda. I had the door open a crack.
Did you see Mr. Maldonado come back inside after he ran out?
No. I didn't.
Thanks. We'll be in touch.
I kept thinking you were going to call that one a nosy old hag, too, Phelps. Well-executed restraint.
I'm executing restraint right now, Finbar.
Yep.
The hired help at the El Dorado might have seen the broad the night she died. Maybe the regulars, too. We should check it out.
Allora mettiamolo così almeno. Poi c'è anche sto... Tutti vendere. Però prima il bar, perché prima avevo scoperto prima il bar. Vediamo un po'. Abbiamo sta macchina. Dai, Finbar. Ma il cappello l'hai lasciato in casa? Sei proprio una frana. visuale, mi ricordo. Qui c'è questa macchina sgargiante. Stanno chiamando, non so che cavolo sia, così. Oh no. Questa? Tutta sta macchina. Lenta. Oh. Questo dovrebbe essere uguale, no? Questa. Gente che mi vede, ma questo che fa? Fa macchina di macchina. Non l'abbiamo vista. Questa ce l'abbiamo, no? Prego. Andiamo rasti su. Boh, questo va dritto, si ferma, inchioda. È uguale. Io devo andare al Dorado, pare il Dorado. Ah, il fruttivendolo è lì? Ah.
What can I get you?
LAPD. Detectives Phelps and Galloway.
Diego Aguilar. How can I help?
You worked the bar last night?
Yeah. Me and a temp guy from the agency.
Did you have a woman in here last night? 21 years old, Hispanic, drinking heavily?
We have a lot of ladies like that in here. But yeah, I know who you mean. Antonia Maldonado. So what did she do?
She was murdered last night.
Oh, shit.
Do you know her well? Was she a regular?
Hell no. She was good and tight last night, complaining about her old man. It's a story you get used to working in a bar. She was so hammered last night, she left a letter on the bar. I'll show you.
My eggs were runny.
Sarah. Ah, ok, perché era contento, perché si era divorziato ufficialmente. Allora... bla bla bla, 11 agosto, no, il nostro signore, 1045. 1947.
Divorce papers? Did you open them?
No need to. She was shouting about it and waving the letter around. Said she was going to show him.
Ah, sì, proprio.
Can you remember what jewelry she was wearing?
She had a necklace. Some kind of religious thing, I think. The temp guy would have more of an idea. She took the beer he served her and cried into it all night.
What time did she leave?
Can't say for sure.
Non lo sai con precisione, eh? Io lo so.
Where did she go? Give me something or the LAPD will start getting interested in this place.
Take it easy. She wanted a cab, okay? And my phone was out of order. The closest one I knew was at the fruit market across the street, so I suggested she try there. She seemed reluctant.
Did Antonia say where she was going when she left?
She said she was going to serve the papers on the husband. Said that would take the smile off his face. If you ask me, she was scared. And the drink was for Dutch courage.
She attract any interest?
An extremely drunk young woman? What do you think? She managed to scare them off, though.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
No problem. Hey, get the guy, will you?
We'll do our best. One last question. What size shoe do you take, Mr. Aguilar?
A broad 9. I have wide feet.
Sam is taking me to Palm Springs for the weekend.
Bro.
Can I have another spoon?
Where's that goddamn waitress?
He drove me up to Mulholland. I didn't say anything.
Ah, già.
Say, honey, what time do you get off waiting tables?
Quindi ha detto la verità, era fuori servizio.
Sir, do you work here?
Sorry, pal, just making deliveries.
From where?
Just Pick Fruit Market across the street.
A fruit market delivers here?
Yeah, sure does. The Mexes love a little slice with their tequila.
We found a crate a lot like the ones you're wheeling there, except it was filled with booze. You know anything about that?
What? No, we deliver all over the place, officer. No telling where the boxes end up. Excuse me, I have to get on with this.
Fine, thanks.
Penso un po' invece che lo sappia. Quanto limone ho.
Just picked Fruit Market. That's where Antonia went to call for a cab last night.
Tutto quel limone lì? In un bar del genere? Matti.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Are there any messages for me?
Message from Captain Donnelly, Detective. Your presence is requested urgently at Central Station. A new letter from the Dahlia killer has been found.
Thank you.
Ora però andiamo.
Heavens!
Quindi questo prendolo. Andiamo qui. Ciao. Chiuso.
Shut. Great. We'll need to come back later, Phelps. Maybe somebody here saw Antonia the night she died.
Sì.
Extra, read all
Extra, we are the party. Cavolasti su. I frutti vendolo ci siamo già andati. Andiamo. Mamma mia, Rasti, come sei lento. Lascio lì, te lo lascio. Ho capito. Dov'è? È laggiù. Adesso c'è il cappello, andiamo, non ce l'ha il cappello. Ma è stupido. Perché non viene? Mazza, il signorino adesso può uscire la strada.
Another letter? I thought the letter was from a nut.
These letters, Brown and Hanson believe they are genuine. From him.
And now we sent another.
You know, I really hate this fuck. This Black Dahlia guy. Have you seen the body? Fucking case just gnaws away at your guts. Hollywood. Every prom queen from every fucking hick town in America turns up here. Where do they end up? Gutted on the fucking sidewalk.
The captain is waiting for you downstairs with Pinker.
Sotto?
Guy gave his wife.
Dove si va di sotto? Qua.
Isn't he the cop who won a medal in solving all the cases?
Boys, come on in. Phelps, have you met Finis Brown?
Pleased to meet you, sir.
This information is confidential and doesn't leave this room.
The new letter was left in the back seat of a cab. The driver thinks it was put through the window and not left by a customer.
We're checking all his fares back 24 hours regardless.
Good.
Like the previous letters, it's been assembled from headlines and type from the Times and Examiner, then glued to an envelope.
What is the other note?
This one? That's also new. A poem, hand-typed.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Go ahead. We've been over both documents pretty carefully. They've been wiped with gasoline, so there's no chance of prints.
Che si accumuli sul tuo cuore con questa maledizione. Sono cattive. Questa l'ha presa da qualche parte e tu e la solitudine che tortura se stessa. La verrà vuoi apparire. Sei dentro.
Heap upon thy soul by virtue of this curse. That's the message from the Celine Henry case.
That's why we called you in.
Do you think it's original?
Not unless he's a genius.
You like this nutjob's poem?
No, I like Shelley. It was written at least 100 years ago.
Shelley? Sure, I knew that.
You see, Finis? I told you this lad was a bright boy.
Sure, but what has it got to do with the case?
Prometheus Unbound. Prometheus was a titan, a superhuman character who defied the gods to bring fire to humanity.
The Dahlia guy believes he's Superman.
Your guess is as good as mine. One thing for sure is that he's educated. What about the link to the Henry case?
He could have got the wording from the papers. As you said, he is fiendishly clever and takes pleasure in taunting us. What's happening with the Maldonado case?
We have the husband in custody. We haven't interviewed him yet.
Well, upstairs then, lads, and see if we can break him.
Mouthpiece took strips off me at the grand jury. Case got thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
Improved your attitude, Angel?
What do you want me to say? I was with Antonia the night she died, but she left the apartment, and that was the last time I saw her.
So your wife paid you a visit last night. What time was that?
Late, around midnight, maybe? She didn't stay long.
Non è vero, perché...
You're lying, Angel. You went after her. I think you killed her.
You're out of your mind. My brother will tell you I was at home.
We have a witness who confirms that you were arguing, that your wife ran out, that you followed her, and didn't come back.
I know this looks bad, but it's not true. We argued, all right, but she went out and I went out after her and she jumped in a car on the corner.
There was a car waiting for her? Can you describe the driver?
Not the driver. It was too dark. But the car, it was a brown Ford coupe.
You and your wife weren't getting along. She was divorcing you. Is that why you killed her?
We fought, yeah, but we weren't getting a divorce.
I don't believe you, Angel. She'd been granted a decree nisi. She pushed you too far, and you lashed out.
I told you, I wouldn't accept a divorce.
The judge had set a date. You were going to be paraded in front of the whole city for your cruelty to her, Angel.
Antonia. Oh, Jesus. She came in drunk, out of her mind. She doesn't normally drink. She was looking around in her bag. Said she wanted to serve me papers. Me, her own husband. So I slapped her down. She ran out. That's the truth.
What size shoe do you wear, Angel?
Size 8. What difference does that make?
Your wife has been brutally murdered. So how do you explain your shirt being covered in blood?
You found that? I cut myself shaving.
Sì, certo.
Angel, I'm not going to waste any more time on this. Give me something or I'm going to have you charged.
My brother, Ippolito, he said some bad things about Antonia last night. So I had to sock him one. We got into it.
Keep talking.
She said she came from the El Dorado bar.
And?
It's not one of my places. We used to buy fruit at the market down the street. But the creep there was always running his eyes all over my wife.
What's the name of this fruit market?
Just picked fruit. Ord Street downtown.
When we found your wife, her jewelry had been removed. Was she wearing her religious medallion last night?
Sure. She always wore that.
Non ho capito cosa ha detto. Mannaggia, non ho capito cosa ha detto. Ah, ecco, ok. Quando abbiamo trovato tua moglie non aveva gioielli. Non ho capito, però aspetta.
I think you killed her, stripped the body of jewelry, and then went back to her apartment for the bracelet.
You should get a better hat. The sun is getting to your head. I've told you the truth. You don't believe me? You can go to hell.
One last question, Angel. Do the words kiss the blood mean anything to you?
No. Sounds sick to me.
You're not in the clear by any means, Angel. You're going back into a cell. You should think about whether you have anything else you need to share with us.
Yeah, I want to make homicide.
What do you think?
So, the fruit market was the last stop-off Antonia made. Let's go.
What's your read on Maldonado?
I still like him for it. Seriously, that line about the guy at the fruit market making eyes at his woman? Please. Oh!
Voglia. Che schiaffo che ho preso.
We'll get to the market, and the guy behind the counter will tell us he saw Angel drag his old lady off into the night. This case will be shut like all the others.
Sì. Vado un po' aperto adesso. È sempre lui. Grande sto.
Sir, Wait, you look familiar.
Hey, from the bar, right? What brings you here?
LAPD, Detective Phelps and Galloway.
Clem Feeney. What can I do for you?
Did you happen to see a young woman last night? 21 years old, Hispanic?
Sure, she came by last night. Why do you ask?
She was wearing a necklace?
I didn't notice.
You weren't paying attention, Feeney?
Hey, you're getting the wrong idea.
Exactly how much fruit do you sell here after midnight, Clem?
Look, not much. I sell the odd bottle on the side to the after-hours crowd. Look, I don't want any trouble. I'm just trying to make a buck.
Where did she go from here?
She wanted a cab, but I couldn't get her one. I was about to offer to drive her, but a car pulled up and she got into that.
Can you describe the car?
Brown Ford Coupe, I think. She seemed to know the guy.
The young lady arrived around midnight?
Yeah, something like that. Used the phone for a cab and then left.
Scusa, aveva detto adesso. Allora, è un po', era intorno a mezzanotte, sì, più o meno. Ho usato il telefono per chiamare un taxi e poi se n'è andato. Però questo me l'ha detto lui. Può essere una bugia.
You already knew Mrs. Maldonado, didn't you, Clem?
Sure, I met her before. She seemed like a nice lady. Her husband went apeshit one day when he caught me talking to her. She had me back until last night.
Do you mind if we look around?
Why would you want to do that?
Because we say so.
I guess you can. Hey, don't you have to get a court order or something? I have rights.
Clem? Shh.
Così, tipo di cattiveria. Boh.
No wonder he stays open late at night. People have to get their vitamins. Check through this stuff before we get back out there.
Una bottiglietta.
So what are we hiding in here? This thing needs a combination.
Com'era? No, aspetta. Tieni. 253. Due. 5 e 3 di qua. La collanina. Il braccialetto, cos'è? Oh signore, perché il marito la cosa, donna. Sembra tanto il braccialetto invece. Vabbè. Wow.
Why cut someone who was already dead?
It's a typical power thing. Once the stiff is dead, the creep usually feels they can do whatever they like. You must have seen it during the war.
Oh, yeah.
This fruit stall punk gets about 10 seconds to explain before I pull his fucking arms off. Clem!
Calla. No, l'inseguimento macchina no. Che ha preso la macchina quella?
God damn it, get after him, Cole! I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
Raga, però, madonna.
We should have grabbed him when we had the chance, Phelps.
When we had the chance, we didn't know he was our guy.
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
Strange that he'd leave a trail of blood right back to his own market.
Maybe he wanted to be caught. A lot of them do.
It's almost too perfect, isn't it?
There's no such thing as too perfect. Hit him, Cole! Spin him out! Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires!
Show me your hands!
Ora ha cappottato il canice.
You're a sick man, Clem. You need help.
Outstanding job on this case, gentlemen. The poor woman can now rest in peace. I'll pay the fiend a personal visit myself and remind him that crime in this city does not go unpunished. When they finish with him at the receiving hospital, we'll have him up before the grand jury. I have a meeting this afternoon with the mayor, lads. I'll be sure to mention your names. Now, on your way.
Bene. Mucchio, cioè, ho fatto una live intera soltanto per questo caso qua. Bravo, capitano. L'omicidio è così, bello intenso. Sono fatti due, guardate che ho fatto la cilecca. Giusto. Vedi. Con un cadavere sul groppone il procuratore potrebbe mandare Clem alla camera a gas. Quindi adesso noi stacchiamo e ci vediamo alla prossima live. Tanto facciamo il salvataggio.
Sarge, why are the guys giving it to the doggies? They're riding in trucks, numbskull, while you're marching.
They look pretty badly beat up.
Yeah, they do it then. Scuttlebutt says it's pretty hard going down south.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. Recon always leads. How can we fail, Skip, with the Shadow leading the show? Who the fuck is the Shadow? Lieutenant Phelps, the Shadow of Death.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a quiet fucker, Sarge. Never hear the bastard coming. Sitting there, field stripping a cigarette, and suddenly he's there looking down on you.
Why do you think we keep saluting that Jap-loving son of a bitch? He's bad juju.
That's enough out of you three. Bad juju? Where were you dragged up? A swamp?
Vediamo. Scarpa bianca.
Hey, lady, get out of the road!
Abbiamo capito.
Good morning, gentlemen, and what a grand morning it is, too. We have just cause for celebration. Galloway and Phelps are sending another fiend to San Quentin. A nice showy trial, and he'll be strapped down with gas seeping into his tiny reptile brain. Now, to fresh business. Galloway and Phelps, the task is at hand. The address is on the hill, north downtown off Fremont Avenue.
Skipper, is the new letter genuine?
Now, boys, we all know how many imbeciles have confessed in the short case. Ray Pinker will let us know in good time.
Oh, that seems like a decent guy.
A fine morning indeed. We keep locking them up, but the bodies keep piling up.
Yeah, Californians love a fat Phelps. As long as the bricks hold up at San Quentin, there'll always be killers in this town to sing.
Greetings from sunny California. When's it going to stop?
Bene. Io quando riuscirò a sbloccare il vestito che c'è sulla PlayStation 3 sarò contento. Boh. Comunque riuscito i progressi. Tutto salvato, salvataggio. Quindi ragazzi ci vediamo. Aspetta, perché una volta m'ha anculato. Allora guardiamo un attimo una cosa. Sì. Ok, l'ho fatto. Un piccolo lapsus su una stella. Vabbè. Quindi ragazzi ci vediamo la prossima volta e buon appetito, anche perché sono le 8:10, quindi. E se vi è piaciuto mettete un like, bla bla bla, iscrivetevi così continuate a vedere le live. Bella a tutti.